Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 12th episode of Geek Talk.
Geek Talk. I said Geekphilia. Geekphilia!
I'm Chris McCall.
I'm Raheem McLaurin. If you're wondering why we were laughing, we were just sitting here for about 15 minutes talking, doing the show, and we weren't even recording this whole time. So.
Tifa, we need you to come back.
This is why we miss you, Tifa.
Embarrassing.
Tifa, we need you here. I can't believe you did that.
Oh my goodness, that is so embarrassing. Guys, if you're wondering where Tifa is, she's actually in New Jersey for the day. She's at an anime convention. So she's there cosplaying and everything. So hopefully you're having fun. We really do need you here because that was crazy. Like we literally just went through. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. It was actually embarrassing.
Pretty much a quarter of the show. Just did not record 1 second of it. Tifa, we miss you. Come back to us soon, please. We need you here.
But we will have her back for next episode. We're gonna do some E3 stuff, guys.
Yeah. So next episode, all E3, and in 2 weeks, expect the video game battle of the century.
Yes.
I will be going up against Tifa and Chris.
I'm gonna be going up against everybody.
And people will be getting destroyed. This is strictly fighting video games. There's gonna be a challenge to see who takes the geek crown.
Someone might cry.
Yes. And if you watch the episode and you live in the New York City area and would like to get in on this after we finish, please comment and let us know. We take on all challengers.
Indeed.
So
but don't be good, be bad.
I guess our first news, Halo 5.
Yes, Halo 5. So we're going to talk about Suicide Squad as well. We're going to give like a brief character description, but right now we're going to do Halo 5 because there was some news that was announced last week about Halo 5. A lot of news like before E3. So I guess Microsoft getting prepared for E3. So Tifa usually does this, but I'm going to break it down. I'm going to try to do it. So just, right on.
Bear with me.
So Halo 5 takes place 8 months after Halo 4, and there's like a lot of new content. So there's 2 different perspectives of the game. There's Master Chief's team, which is the blue team. Then there's Agent Locke's team, which is the fire team Oasis. So for the blue team, there's different skill sets. So each team has like their own different skill set. Master Chief.
See, that's how much you miss Tifa.
No. Actually, is it Master Chief's team? No. Okay, so we're going to start with the Fire Team Oasis. Fire Team Oasis is made up of Agent Locke's team, Kelly 087, Tanaka, and Edward Buck, played by Nathan Fillion. Oh, Nathan Fillion is he was the voice of Green Lantern in the Justice League animated movies. Most of them, as well as the series, Justice League series, Justice League. No, he wasn't. Sorry.
Just the movie.
Anyways,
he was also in Firefly.
Yes, he was in Firefly with Joss
Serenity.
But so playing the campaign alone, you can order the rest of your team, your fire team, using a simple command such as go here and attack that, or revive or drive vehicle. So you can like control your AI and tell them use them to do whatever you want them to do. Fire team also have dramatic conversations, reacting to what's happening around you. So I assuming like if something blows up, they react to it, or if somebody shoot at you, they react to it. So that's pretty cool, I suppose. There's a lot of things. That's Jason. Jason Voorhees is on my phone.
Mortal Kombat X style.
Yeah. So then, like for the Spartans, they have multiplayer. They have different abilities. They have dashes, ground pounds. They can revive. They can do tracking. Cortana is returned. Supposedly, we're not sure. Master Chief just sees her in either a hallucination or a dream, and she basically says that the reclamation. That's what I said. That's right.
Reclamation. Yes.
The reclamation has begun. The single player maps is bigger than usual, so it's probably much bigger than the other Halo games. The graphics are way better apparently, and the sound is like sound effects have been recorded in multiple locations, so they just gone all out for this game. Also, Agent Locke, he has his own bombastic theme tune, whatever that means. I guess his theme music is dope. Apparently, if I had theme music, I think it would be the Cell theme song from Dragon Ball Z. I think his is dope.
Really?
I like it.
I like Icons.
Icons?
Yeah, and Vegeta's, of course, but Vegeta, you know,
I'm the Prince of
Vegeta's the man, yeah.
But yeah, so that's it for the Halo 5 stuff. If you guys want to read more about it, it's on gamesradar.com. That's where I got my information from, so you guys can check it out. I guess in the search engine, just type in Halo 5 and all the information should be there. But that's it. So we're going to jump into the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad!
And we are actually still recording just to check.
Yes, just to make sure.
Because, man.
That was
That was crazy. So
this is a comprehensive breakdown of all the characters in the Suicide Squad movie. If you don't know who they are, then you are watching the right show right now, because this is a brief breakdown. Yeah, we're gonna break down these characters, just give you a brief history, and description of them, and yeah. So keep you fans informed because we love you guys. Is that a little too much? That felt like weird that I said I love you guys. I mean, I don't know you guys personally, but I'm sure if I met you, I'd love you, provided you're not some kind of homicidal killer. Like the first person we're going to talk about, the Joker. Everybody knows who the Joker is, but I tell you again anyways, the Joker is Batman's arch nemesis.
he's crazy.
Yeah, he's beyond crazy, and this guy, man, he's a supervillain. He has no actual superpowers, but he has one of the greatest criminal minds in DC Comics, period. And his psyche is constantly changing to adapt to the world around him, which makes him completely unpredictable, not only in combat, but in the things that he chooses to do. Like, he kills people.
For fun.
Sometimes he has a good reason to. I mean, it's never really a good reason to kill somebody, but like, he has a reason according to his plans to kill them, and sometimes he just does it just because he felt like it. And that's the problem with the Joker. With somebody that unpredictable is a danger to have on the street. The only problem is when he's not outside creating these massive plans, he's in Arkham Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Batman catches him, locks him up in Arkham, he gets back out, repeat the cycle, and it's a constant repeat of the cycle. I know it's not Batman's thing to kill people, but I don't know, man. If I was Batman, I'm like, Joker gotta go. Like, he has got to go. Like, maybe you should put one of those Hannibal Lecter masks on him so he can't talk. And then just keep him chained up, and that's it. Nowhere to go.
It is not the way of Batman. But I said this when we thought we were doing it the right time, the first time. Joker actually like became a normal person when he thought Batman like died, or he like just stopped being Batman, and then he was like normal. But then when Batman came back, Joker went crazy. Like, he just went back like to his normal self. He wasn't a normal human being. I guess he went back to his crazy self. No, it was his normal self. So his going back to like me, a normal human being, would be crazy for the Joker. But going back to his normal self as being crazy, Joker is normal to him, if you guys follow.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
It's just weird because, you know, it's the Joker, so that's
know,
to him
weird.
It's crazy. But
and also the Joker killed Robin.
Yes, the second Robin.
Yeah, the second Robin. Tim Drake, who actually turned out to not be dead.
I mean, he died, but then he was brought back by Ra's al Ghul.
Oh yeah, Ra's al Ghul threw him in a Lazarus pit.
Okay, in the series it's Ra's al Ghul. In the comics it's Talia al Ghul, Raz's daughter, who brings.
Either way, he went through the Lazarus pit and came back. So he killed Tim Drake, the second Robin, and he crippled Batgirl.
Yeah, he shot Batgirl in the spine, and then she was in a wheelchair. Now she's Oracle.
Yeah. But when it comes to Batman, he can't find himself. He cannot kill him. He can't bring himself to kill him.
He's lost without him.
Man. Yeah, without Batman, there is no Joker, and he's admitted to that much.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes him even worse. You know, Batman's just helping him out. Like, just put him out of his misery. Whatever.
This son is OD, bro. I didn't think I understand what Tifa means.
Yeah, nah, I told you, man. Like the last few episodes, it's crazy. Okay, so I will let you take the next one, sir.
All right. So next we have Harley Quinn, the Joker's flamboyant girlfriend, who actually was a psychiatrist first, named Harleen Quinzel. She worked for Arkham Asylum. She was his psychiatrist to the Joker. So she helped him, but then she eventually found out more about him. Basically, the Joker lied to her. This dude told her some bullcrap story about his lifestyle and how everything happened. Then she felt sorry for him, and then she fell in love with him, and then she blamed Batman for everything that happened to him. So then she tries to go and kill Batman. Then she becomes Harley Quinn to help the Joker kills Batman, and then she escapes. But then the Joker is like, just he doesn't really love her. He tells her he does. He just uses her.
Yes. All the time.
All the time. He abuses her. He beats her, and she always takes him back. He's even tried to kill her. One time he pushed her out of a window. Harley Quinn jumped out of a cake, and he threw her out of the cake, threw her out. He kicked her out so many freaking times. And then after that, she leaves. She joins she joins Harley Quinn. She joins Poison Ivy's team. They become like a team. They had like a team too. I think like the Queen of Crimes or something, like in Gotham.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that was the name. Gotham City Sirens, I believe is the name.
I think that's the one where like all the heroes. But anyways, they have like their own.
No, but it was strictly female villains.
Yeah, but I think that's what Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn.
Okay.
So the one with Harley Quinn and just Poison Ivy, I think it's called Gotham City Queens. But anyways,
yeah, they're best friends.
Whatever, we'll find out. But yeah, they're like best friends. They might be a little closer than friends at times because
they kind of make it seem like it, but you never know. Like they never go into detail. You just know that they're really close.
Yeah, they're really close.
Really, really close.
But then eventually, Harley Quinn ends up going right back to the Joker. But then I think he tries to kill her again, and then she tries to kill him. But he's in Arkham Asylum, which is probably how this movie may work. But then, because this kind of does tie in with the Suicide Squad, because she tries to kill him when he's in Arkham Asylum. When she gets there, that was the plan. But then she falls in love with him again and doesn't kill him. So in some of the photos, it looks like that's exactly what happened.
I hope that's what they do, because that would be kind of cool.
And then Batman gets involved. But that's pretty much Harley Quinn's story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, we have Enchantress.
Enchantress. Yeah. I kind of missed the beginning when you were talking about Harley. Did you mention that she was a doctor and?
Yeah, she was a psychiatrist. Oh, we probably should say who these people are played by. Jared Leto's playing the Joker.
Sorry, Jared Leto is playing the Joker.
Margot Robbie's
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Or Harleen Quinzel.
Harleen Quinzel, whatever you guys would rather call her.
Okay.
She's Harley.
Next up is Enchantress. I don't know if they got an actress to play her yet.
Nah, they do.
What's her name?
I'm trying to find it right now.
I'll get back to you on that. I apologize for that. But the Enchantress, whose real name is June Moon, she's a witch. Now, she did not start off as a witch. She went to a magic show one day and got invited downstairs into the basement. And something happened in the basement where they opened up some portal to demons, and this entity got let out, which is actually the Enchantress, and it possessed her. And that's how she became the Enchantress and gained these powers. The problem is that as the Enchantress, she's mentally unstable, because June Moon is actually a very kind-hearted person. The issue is that the Enchantress is she's not necessarily evil, but it's a darker entity. So, which is why in the comics, sometimes the Enchantress isn't a hero. When she's in control, when June Moon is in control of the powers as the Enchantress, then she's a hero, and she actually does very good things. But when she loses control, she becomes the darker side, and then she becomes a villain. So I guess we can't really call her anti-hero. She's just both a superhero and a villain, depending on her mental state.
I think that's it, pretty much.
Yeah, that's shit,
she's crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's been in a lot of DC comics, a lot of with few of the other characters.
She was actually in Justice League, I believe, too. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was the lady with like the purple hair and like the purple gown. She was like
she's in
like,
Justice League Dark.
Oh, Dark too.
Yeah, she's in Justice League Dark with Constantine and. There's a whole bunch of other characters. Those are the only two I remember right now. She was in the Sentinels of Magic. She was in the Shadow Pact. She was a member of the Forgotten Villains. She's just been all over the place. But currently she's in with the Suicide Squad. So I guess that's why she's in this movie. I wonder how they're gonna play that role out. And Enchantress is being played by
Cara Delevingne.
Yeah, Cara Delevingne. Or is that how you pronounce it?
I guess closer than what I would say.
If I'm butchering the name, I apologize.
Yeah, we're sorry. So, that's it for her. Next up. Alright, guys. So, Deadshot is a hired assassin and the world's greatest marksman. Having been a supervillain and anti-hero, he'll commit any murder for the right price because of a notorious suicide death wish. So, this guy is always basically trying to kill himself, so he'll take on any mission. So, this guy is pretty much perfect for the Suicide Squad. Before he joined the Suicide Squad, he was part of Checkmate, the Killer Elite, and the Secret Six. And then later, he became part of the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad. What else?
Suicide Squad.
A
little back story on Deadshot, who will be being played by Will Smith.
Right.
Getting jiggy with it. Nah. Getting jiggy with it. Nah. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm done. I think we're done. I'm sorry, guys. You just got caught up in that. A little backstory on Deadshot. Basically, his when he was a child, his father used to abuse him and his brother as well as his mother. So he wanted to kill him one day. So he went outside his room and got on a branch on a tree right outside of his house, and his dad was yelling at his brother. I think he was beating him actually, and Deadshot went to take Floyd Lawton, because this is before he became Deadshot, went to take the shot, and the branch broke, and he ended up missing his father and killing his little brother. And he's hated himself ever since. This is why he's notorious for his own death wish, and why he'll take missions where he knows there's a chance he'll die, because I think that stayed with him his whole life, and he can never forgive himself for it, which is probably why he was abusive towards his ex-wife and daughter, Susan Lawton, the wife, and Zoe Lawton, his daughter. So now when he's not being an anti-hero or villain, he spends a lot of time trying to protect them, because to make up for everything that he did wrong when he was younger. It's pretty sad, actually, his story. He's a really deep character when you get down to it, because that's kind of messed up, to be in an abusive family and then accidentally kill your brother, trying to get rid of the abuser in your life. And I feel for him, even though he's a villain and the guy's a murderer.
Don't cry.
I'm just saying, Will Smith has a big shoes to fill trying to play this character, because I think that's why they got Will Smith to play the character in the first place, because he's a lot deeper than he gets any credit for. I mean, in the comics he does, but they don't really, like in the animated movies or any TV shows he's been on,
they don't really go deep into his story like that.
Yeah, they don't explain exactly who this guy is.
I just hope Will Smith can pull it off, because I still see him as a comedian, even though he has some serious roles. When he gets
Pursuit
angry,
of Happiness, 7 Pounds, Ali, that's some very serious roles.
Float like a butterfly,
sting like a bee.
I'm done there. Rick Flag Jr.
Wait, no.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
George Digger,
Captain Boomerang.
All right, go ahead, because I don't see it.
Captain Boomerang. It's right here.
Oh,
at the bottom of the sheet.
Captain Boomerang, everybody.
You can do this one.
George Harkness, also known as Digger. is a valiant thug from Australia who uses a variety of high-tech boomerangs to commit crimes and fight the Flash. So this guy is basically one of Flash's main villains, and he's part of Suicide Squad.
And like many of Flash's villains, he's cartoonish, let's say, because a lot of the Flash's villains are really cartoonish. Yeah.
I mean, he's probably one of the most, well, not most, but one of the few serious characters possibly that the Flash has in his comics.
Gorilla Zod, is that his name?
No, Gorilla Grodd.
Gorilla Grodd. I said Zod, so I'm thinking of Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Gorilla Grodd is like one of his major enemies.
Yeah, like serious enemies too.
And he's a
gorilla.
He is a highly intelligent gorilla.
Yeah, he's a telepath. We're not talking about Gorilla Grodd. He's not a Suicide Squad.
I'm just saying, man. It's the Flash's what do you call it? His
villains?
Yeah, the villains in the Flash's comics, they're a little ridiculous. They're a little borderline ridiculous.
But I think they tie into like what? Well, I can't really say the Flash really because I would say Wally West Flash, but not really.
No, not really.
This Barry Allen's Flash.
Yeah, there's a lot of them are from Barry Allen.
Boomerang, man.
But yeah, Captain Boomerang. You see, I like the Flash, but I'm not like that huge of a fan.
I was gonna wear the Flash shirt, but anyway, yeah. So
but you wore the Dark Knight.
I did because we're gonna get there. Oh yeah. So this has made him a valiant member of the Rogues Gallery, which has Captain Boomerang, Heat Wave, Captain Cole. Dang, I'm missing somebody. You know who they are.
Gorilla Grodd?
Nah, he's not part of that. He has also been a member of Suicide Squad, which he is in the movie, the Injustice Gang, the Secret Society of Supervillains, and the Black Lanterns Corps. Say what?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was part of the Black Lanterns. He was part of that?
I didn't know that. He had the black ring and everything. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh no, that's
Harkness,
crazy.
I like his last name. Harkness was killed during Identity Crisis, although he was later resurrected during the Blackest Night. His son, Owen Mercer, a character of conflicted morality with limited super speed, who's been a hero and a villain. I have no idea what his character is. So that's pretty much. Why was that?
Here's the deal with Captain Boomerang. There are two different Captain Boomerangs. So I'm not sure which one. Captain Boomerang will be played by Jai Courtney.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one he's going to be playing because his son Owen Mercer took up the mantle of Captain Boomerang as well. So I'm not sure if he's going to be playing George Harkness or Owen Mercer in the movie.
I think it's going to be George Harkness. According to Jai Courtney, he said his Captain Boomerang is a bit of a douchebag. So he's gonna be a douche.
Yeah, Captain Boomerang he really is a douche.
He is kind of a douche, and him and Deadshot do not get along.
Nah, he doesn't. Captain Boomerang is the one member of the Suicide Squad that most villains do not get along with this guy at all because he's a bit of a coward in the times. In the comics, during some of their missions, he would run away from the mission. Or he just wouldn't help the others when they needed him the most. And as well as that, he doesn't take things very seriously. Because what he's really concerned with is his pride. And, I mean, come on. Like, he used to work in a circus, and his talent was boomerangs, and he got ridiculed and laughed out of the circus, which is how he became Captain Boomerang in the first place. Because he said, I'm going to show you people, and created this giant boomerang.
Yeah, you showed me.
Yeah, he almost killed a lot of people, so I'll give him credit for that. But Captain Boomerang. He's a bit of a tool. He's gonna probably be the comic relief in the movie as well, because he's a jerk. You'll find out though. If you haven't, try to read some of his comics. He's pretty funny, but he's just really annoying and hard to read through some of his stories. Up next,
Rick Flag Jr.
Another legacy character.
Booyah, booyah.
Rick Flag Jr. Now, Rick Flag will be played by Joel Kinnaman. If you don't know who that is, he was in the most recent RoboCop movie.
Yes, he was also in Run All Night, where they ran all night with him and Liam Neeson.
Not literally, but they kind of made it seem like that.
Yeah.
The title of the movie just Run All Night, so Well, anyways, Rick Flag Sr., his father, was actually a member of the Suicide Squadron during World War II. Which is the whole concept that the Suicide Squad came from. But this was in military terms. They would go on suicide missions in Europe, because this is when America was trying to win the war in World War II. America, proud to be an American. Well, at least I do. I'm free.
Y'all know the song.
Yeah. Okay. So he was a member of the Suicide Squadron. So Rick Flag Jr. is an elite soldier. He works for Task Force X. And he is the current leader of the Suicide Squad, because somebody needs to keep these villains together. And he's the only person in the Suicide Squad who's not a villain, which is, I'm pretty sure, what Amanda Waller wanted. So he began his career as a fighter pilot, and during one of his missions, his entire team, like his entire unit that he was with, got wiped out in the mountains. I don't recall what happened, but there was a plane crash, and then they got ambushed. So he lost his entire unit. And since then, he's decided to go on all of these insane suicide missions. And that's his way of dealing with tragedy. Kind of like a Deadshot, why he takes suicide missions because of what happened with his brother when he was younger. Rick Flag, when he lost his unit during some of his missions, he decided to go on the suicide trip and start taking these crazy missions. Now, he eventually started working under Amanda Waller, who wanted him to lead her missions in the field. And when Amanda Waller decided to restart the Suicide Squad, she put Rick Flag Jr. as the head of the Suicide Squad. He was down for it until he found out that the Suicide Squad is actually a group of villains, which he takes a lot of issue with it. He doesn't really get along with most of the members of the Suicide Squad. He doesn't like most of them, to be honest with you, because they're super villains and he can't stand any of them. But he still leads these missions for her because he loves them. So yeah, it should be interesting how they're gonna play that out, how they play out that dynamic with Rick Flag Jr. and the rest of the Suicide Squad, because there's some pretty funny banter that goes back and forth between them, and I hope they keep him that way, where he just doesn't like any of these guys.
I gotta say, I kind of don't care for Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag.
He doesn't look like old enough to play the part.
His head looks OD small. His suit, dude, like his shoulders are broad. Like he works out, like obviously, but his head is teeny. I don't know. It just looks weird.
Seriously, because his head is small.
I don't know. I didn't imagine that it was him, but it's cool. He's a pretty good actor. So I mean, I'll wait to see the movie.
He's not too bad. That's the strangest reason I heard, not to like him playing a character.
Hey, I'm just being honest, people. That's how I feel. But he got the part, so I'll deal.
I'm just being honest.
Dang it, Tom Hardy. Wow, you had to drop that.
Yeah, seriously though. No, in all seriousness, Tom Hardy. I love Joel Kinnaman just because of what I seen in RoboCop, but Tom Hardy, man, you would have completed that movie. Like, I could totally see him playing that character of Rick Flag Jr. Yeah. But it's okay, because we have Joel Kinnaman now. Mm-hmm. You can have your Mad Max, Tom Hardy.
That was a good movie, though.
Yeah, it really was a good movie. It's made well over $100 million at the domestic box office. It's probably going to be huge overseas. Boom! But anyways, up next,
Killer Croc, which is played by Adiwell Akinwuyi Abaji.
Here's the picture.
I'm sorry I destroyed that name because I'm just sorry. I just can't say it.
It's okay. It is, man. What it is. This guy is a pretty good actor, actually.
He is pretty good. Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies. But he's Killer Croc. Actually, before I go into Killer Croc, people's been complaining a little bit about Killer Croc, like when they first saw images, because they're like, oh, he's not the full-blown, like, complete genetic Killer Croc. Killer Croc is first. He started as a human. He was actually born with this defect, right?
Yeah, this is something he was born with.
Yeah, he was born with this, and then I believe he tries to get rid of it,
and he just enhances it.
Yeah, and then enhanced it, similar to like what Beast did, like from X-Men. Like when Beast, he was born. Well, he wasn't. Yeah, he was actually.
He was born with the abilities
too. And then he tried to get rid of it and became like a full beast.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. The same thing with Killer Croc. He tried to get rid of it, and he lives in the sewers.
And crocodile, a human crocodile.
Yeah, he got the tail. He doesn't have the tail now in the movie, but eventually, you know, we see him again. He may get the tail. He'll be probably freaking huge. You'll have to use CGI for this guy.
Well, that's not a Killer Croc. This is a Killer Croc.
All right, there, Steven.
That was Crocodile Dundee.
Isn't that the guy? His name is Steve.
Steve Irwin's the crocodile hunter.
Oh,
Crocodile Dundee was Paul Hogan.
They are both from the same place, though.
How do they think Paul Hogan's Australian? He's Australian, mate. Sorry, my accent is terrible.
But anyway, Killer Croc is an enemy of Batman with incredible super strength. Can't wait to see that strength go into play in this film. His mutation was originally a birth defect, although he became looked more like a freaking crocodile over time due to a genetic experimentations. Despite his brutal savagery and heightened reflexes, his animalistic mentality results in lower intelligence. So he's not that smart. So he needs the whole team.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for for Killer Croc for Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Killer Croc I like him as a Batman villain. He's not very smart, so it's easy for Batman to outwit him. But he
depends a lot on his strength.
Yeah, and his instincts, like his animal instincts. But he looks awesome though.
Looks dope.
I don't know what people are talking about because I saw the pictures and I like how he looks.
People who don't like really get, because they'll see how Killer Croc looks now, like the new people who's definitely like starting to get into like all this stuff due to these movies coming out. Mm-hmm. So they'll go into all the way to the current Killer Croc and not see the past Killer Croc, how he became the current Killer Croc.
Yeah, guys, this stuff takes time. You can't just
not just
jump into. You guys gotta understand something. Not to slow the show down, but you gotta understand something, okay? These characters, what DC's doing right now, they're just starting out with. They're not like Marvel, where if Marvel wanted to bring on a new hero or villain, they wouldn't even need a backstory, which they're gonna start doing anyways. And they're gonna just jump straight into the character story without giving an origins or explaining any kind of way of how this character came to be. With a lot of these characters in DC, they have to show some kind of beginning for them or how they started the way they are, which I'm sure they're going to do in the Suicide Squad. Not all of them need origin stories like Batman, because we've seen his origin stories so many times. Like it's enough already. But a lot of these characters, they can't start out exactly how they are in the future. They can start somewhere in the middle at best, but they can't be. These are the future villains, because the storyline has to play out in the movies.
Pretty much so.
So yeah, stop rushing, man. Enjoy the show, man. Enjoy it as it comes to you. Yeah. Stop jumping the gun. You did this with Heath Ledger when he was Batman, and boom.
Heath Ledger when he was a Joker?
I mean the Joker. I'm sorry. I did this with Christian Bale when he was chosen to be Batman. Just like a lot of people doing with Ben Affleck as he's playing.
I'm so ready Batman. For Ben Affleck myself.
Yo, Ben Affleck is gonna be the man as Batman. He's gonna be the man as Bruce Wayne. I think he's gonna be the first actor.
Let's save it for Batman. But I think so too.
My bad.
Throwing on that.
Up next, Amanda the Waller. She's gonna be being played by Viola Davis. If you didn't see my previous video, Viola Davis will be playing Amanda Waller. If you don't know who Viola Davis is, she is an Oscar nominee for her role in The Help.
Yep. She's also in How to Get Away with Murder,
current television show.
She was in
She was in that movie with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
She's in a movie with that little boy. The Ender Games.
Yeah, she's in Ender Games. Ender Game.
Yeah, Ender Games.
Ender Game, no S.
Yeah, man, what we got about him, man?
But just okay. She is a hardline, top-ranking U.S. government official. She works pretty much on clandestine operations, things that a lot of officials won't take at the moment. She doesn't seem very threatening physically because she's in. Well, there's two different versions of Amanda Waller. To be honest with you, because the original is a chunky. She's African American. That just remains the same.
That always stays the same. But then they made her a huge, big African American.
She's really fat and tall with short gray hair. But in a new DC 52, she looks a little younger.
Yeah.
She's slimmer, shorter, with a more current haircut. She actually looks much better, in the DC 52.
And she can move. It looks like she can actually fight and do action things and stuff like that. So it doesn't look like it's somebody you want to mess with.
Exactly. And in DC Universe, she really isn't, because she's very ruthless when it comes to her espionage game as well as her politics. She's cold-blooded. She's as cold as they come, which is how she rises so fast in the ranks in the U.S. government. Now, she created the Suicide Squad, and she runs the team. She's the one who gives them their missions to complete. She's the one who chooses the people who are going to be on the team. She's the one who chose who's going to lead the team. Everything that happens with them runs through her first.
She is ruthless, though.
Now, the reason she created the Suicide Squad was because she had these crazy missions that no person in their right mind would want to complete. They didn't have the wherewithal to. Yeah, they lacked the ability to. So she went to these supervillains, and she basically said, do these missions for me, and I will reduce the time of your sentence, which is the whole reason for the Suicide Squad, because she basically chose these people out. Now, some of the supervillains on the Suicide Squad, they don't care about the sentence being reduced. They just want to do it just to do it. But that's not the case with all of them. Basically, what I'm saying is the whole purpose of Suicide Squad being created was to have these guys do these missions, which they will either survive or not, and she reduces time in the sentence because of it. She has a rivalry with the Batman.
Yes.
For obvious reasons, because he is the Dark Knight, and he makes her look bad because he does things and captures people that she cannot reach.
But it's like, I love it. I really hope they go in with the relationship, and I feel like this is gonna move. Like the Suicide Squad movie is gonna definitely connect with not Man of Steel, with Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, because Batman is in Suicide Squad, and I feel like Amanda Waller definitely sent the Joker back out so he can bring out the Batman. And their relationship, it's like they respect each other, but they don't like each other.
Yeah, because they have different ways of doing things. Batman has a heart. He won't kill, but Amanda Waller,
they're both geniuses, though. It's amazing.
It's amazing seeing them go up against each other. They have a mutual respect, a begrudging respect for each other. And I love the relationship because you can tell when they talk to each other that they have a past history. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of bitterness involved, and probably for good reason. That's as crazy as this sounds, that's the one dynamic, one relationship that I want to see played out in the movies, because I think since Batman is going to be in the movie, I think the reason the Suicide Squad started has something to do with him.
I know she's gonna be the one to tell Batman to go after Superman. I feel it. She's the one to tell Batman to go after Superman. She's probably gonna make up some bull crap, but I don't think Batman's gonna believe it. But Batman, he got to see everything for himself, so he's probably gonna do it anyway.
I don't know if they're gonna do that because Batman v Superman is coming out before Suicide Squad, so that kind of wouldn't make sense.
Dang it, you're right.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense at all. I think Lex Luthor is gonna play a part in that. We still don't know. Is he gonna be in Suicide Squad?
I don't know.
They haven't mentioned anything about it. Oh well. Up next,
we got El Diablo.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know.
They put this guy in this movie.
That sounds so disappointed. I don't even know who's playing this.
No, Jay Hernandez.
I
like Jay Hernandez.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anything. Probably
Hostel.
Hostel?
Yeah.
Yep. Don't remember that movie.
You don't remember Hostel?
Listen, I'm not really big on horror movies. Okay, I seen it, but I don't remember it.
He was the main character, the Spanish
I probably
guy.
pushed it all the way back into my mind.
Okay.
Not that I'm
He's
afraid.
in Beautiful. That movie with Kirsten Dunst.
El Diablo. is a name that has been used by several heroes in the DC universe. The original was Lazarus Lane, a hero of the Old West who was said to be possessed by a demon. What does that got to do with this guy? He was also a member of the Rough Bunch. In the modern era, why can't I say that word? Politicians? And ex-boxer Rafael Sandova took the name to protect a small town in Texas. The third
he doesn't
Diablo.
really count as Diablo because he didn't have any actual powers.
Right.
He just
So Diablo that's actually in the movie is Chato Santana, an ex-criminal with the ability to control fire. Santana becomes more prominent in the new 52 reboot, so you gotta read those, where he is a member of the Suicide Squad. El Diablo was created by Robert Kanger and Tony DeZuniga. Yeah, so he was created by those guys. So that's pretty much for El Diablo. It's not much because I guess he wasn't really big on the other stuff until now.
Yeah, no, he doesn't play a very big role in most of the.
He might die in this movie. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, but as many villains as they have, somebody's gonna die. Maybe one or two of these guys are gonna die, and El Diablo seems like a likely choice because it's just no offense against him. It's just he's not that he's not really a big character, a big villain in DC Comics. But we'll see how that goes. Up next,
So
yeah. So Professor Hugo Strange.
it will be in the movie,
Yes.
and he's being played by Ike Barinholtz. This guy is from the Mini Project. He's a funny guy. I watched the Mini Project.
Oh, okay.
But then they got canceled. It'll be on Hulu though, so I'll be watching it there.
That's a strange person to put there, but
Yeah,
Professor
I thought it
Hugo.
was too. Like for him to be Hugo Strange, he's.
I guess it depends on how I play it. Professor Hugo Strange, not to be confused with Doctor Strange from
Marvel.
from Marvel.
This guy is another
Funny because their names are
brilliant character,
Yes.
very intelligent guy.
evil scientists.
Yes, evil scientist. One of the guys who actually knows who Batman's secret identity is. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, he's actually one of the few villains that figured out who Batman really was.
Along with
without
Amanda
being
Waller
coached.
too. She
Yeah.
figured it out as well. But this
Which
guy's
is
crazy.
why she probably lets him continue to parade around as Batman.
Yeah,
But that's a whole nother story.
she she keeps it like in the back, so just in case she has to
She
use
ever
it.
has to use it against him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hugo Strange knows who Batman is, and he's a genius level intelligence, and he's a good fighter. He's very skilled in hand-to-hand combat. He's created by Bob Hand and Bill Finger, and because he knows Batman's secret identity, he wears some of his costumes sometimes. Like he created his own Batman costume and he parades around as Batman.
In his house?
No, not in his house, man. He parades as the Dark Knight. Like he goes out on the streets pretending to be Batman.
Who doesn't do that?
No, but he knows him, so it's
okay because he knows him.
No.
I know him too, Raheem.
he's a,
I'm just
he's a psychologist. He understands why he does it, so he can do things. He can pretend to be the Batman, and people will actually believe that he is Batman.
Are you saying you would not believe I was Batman?
No, your skin. Just no offense, but your skin tone's a little too dark.
I'm insulted.
Well,
Just because you said no offense doesn't mean it wasn't offensive.
Batman is a white male or Caucasian. He's. You know what? No, I'm done. That's enough for Professor Hugo Strange. Next up, we have
Katana, right?
yes,
All
Katana.
right. Katana is being played by somebody. Karen Fukuhara. Hopefully. Katana is a sword-wielding Japanese superhero with magical weaponry. Her blade is the Soul Taker sword, a relic that steals the
that
essence
sword.
of those it slays and stores them inside. Oh, that's crazy. It's like saying shrew.
Yeah.
It was taken in a
Seriously.
duel with the man who killed her family, Takeo Ramayoshi. Dang, I said that good. Batman eventually recruited her to become a member of his Black Ops team, the Outsiders, during a mission in Markovio. Thank you, sir. She has also been a member of the Birds of Prey. So that's something interesting.
Yeah, she is not a member of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Do not make that mistake. Katana is actually outside. I wouldn't call her here. She's a vigilante, like Batman. She's not a member of the Suicide Squad, so I wonder what kind of part she's gonna be playing. She'll probably meet up with Batman in the movie.
But she kills.
And they'll figure that out.
I mean, I guess you kind of gotta have some good people on the team, otherwise.
If she's in the Suicide Squad, I'm gonna be a little confused because she's never really a part of the Suicide Squad in the comics.
Oh wait! Before we get into the last person, let's talk about this guy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So this is a new guy. They actually just announced this guy. We saw photos of him, who's being played by Common.
Yes, slightly breaking news.
Yes,
well, this is not really breaking, but because this came out a few days ago, especially by the time you guys see this. But
whatever.
New characters added.
Yes, so it's Abel Tarrant, who is the Tattoo Man. This guy, he was a sailor. Also, he based in Coast City, who turned into burglary. Now this guy wears tattoos, so like his tattoos, like they come to life.
Yeah, because he was exposed to some chemicals during one of his heists. He got exposed to some weird chemicals, and that gave him the power to bring his tattoos to life. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting concept for a supervillain.
Right. And he can conjure according to like his tattoos. I don't know what kind of. Apparently, it looks like Common has a snake on his head, or maybe it's a dragon, because this guy can do a dragon. He could do an axe. He can do a shield. He could do a cannon. He might as well just cover his whole freaking thing. He could make a whole nother person, just tattoo his face.
Yeah.
Like, with a person's face, like a person, like your whole body, like an outline of a person, and they just have a person fight side by side, dude.
That would kind of be cool. He should do that.
Oh man, you know what would be cool if you make a tattoo like a person on the outline, and then do another person inside that person of the outline, and then keep going, and then just have other persons.
That would be kind of creepy, man.
That would be.
This guy's whole body and his face too is covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I mean, well, if that's your main power, well, I mean, you know, why not? I don't have any tattoos, by the way. He's actually more of a Green Lantern villain, because the way his tattoo looks is more like the Green Lantern. Every time he makes like a thingy, dang, I forgot what it's called. But every time he makes like a light sculpture thing, it looks like that, but his is a different color. So.
Yeah, he is actually a main Green Lantern villain. They fought a lot. He almost beat the Green Lantern once.
And he is actually a member of the Suicide Squad. He becomes a member of the Suicide Squad. Don't know if he's going to be a member of the Suicide Squad in the movie. He may be a villain, I'm assuming.
I think he'll be a member of the Suicide Squad.
He wasn't in the photo.
Yeah, but that photo was taken early.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah, he might not be in it. It seems like they're just adding things on and taking things off here and there. Also, stop showing so many pictures of this movie, for God's sake. Please.
Some cake.
It's enough. It's enough already. You know, I understand that this is the first time this is being done, and a lot of people may not know who the Suicide Squad is, but just stop showing pictures. The actors and actresses that you have in this movie are more than enough to bring people to the movie theater to see this. And I'm sure there are a plethora of fans out there who just want to see it just because it's the first time that you have a movie about villains. That's never happened before.
But it's the fans taking the photos and putting them up. It's just that there's like
somebody can't hide this.
They're shooting out on the streets. People are like on rooftops and everything.
Copyright issues.
Photos, but that's way too many photos to find.
Yeah, it's just too much. Like, you would think they would have more security there.
Yeah.
But something tells me that this is being done on purpose. Because if you're filming a movie like this, the big budget, you would have more security there.
Definitely.
So I find it hard to believe that fans are just taking these pictures and they're being able to release them. They have to want this publicity to be out there. It's just getting irritating. Like, seriously. Not because it's messing up the movie for me, but because I'm just tired of seeing pictures. Like, all these pictures come out of it. Like, I've seen it.
He wants to see the movie.
Yeah, and a lot of them are always of Margot Robbie. Why? Yes. We all want to see Harley Quinn in a movie, finally, which is awesome, even though her character is fairly new, because she was introduced in the 90s on the Batman animated series. She did not start off as a comic book character.
And now she is.
Yeah, now she's like super popular, because all the pictures I see is always of her. Her. There's some Batman, some Joker.
Because it's Margot Robbie playing her, so that's probably why there's mostly photos of her.
I mean, she's beautiful, but come on, man. Get it together, guys. Like, seriously, get it together.
Everybody try to get the right shot, okay?
Yeah, the right shot of what? Last but not least,
I'm Batman.
Batman guy. I can get it. The cape. Look at the cape.
I'm fine, man. That was all over.
Okay.
I got my leg.
That's what you get.
Batman is a superhero, guys, who protects Gotham City. He's a man dressed as a bat.
We don't even need the notes for this. We know who Batman is.
Yeah, we really don't need to know. So this is what I think it is.
Yep. Just
throw that off. Congrats. Oh, it's like these.
all done.
Yeah, we got
Batman.
later.
We'll pick it up.
I don't know anything about this guy.
Who's Batman?
Who is Batman?
Who is this guy?
All right, guys. Dude, I
almost cursed. I made the whole show without cursing.
Oh, almost. It ain't
Let me
over
think to myself. It ain't over yet.
So Batman is Bruce Wayne. He lost his parents when he was about maybe 9 or 12. They probably changed the ages. They were shot in the alley after watching a play, or it was a movie. People change it.
Oh, what's the 3-year difference? It's so strange.
I don't know. I said 9 through 12. Maybe, because, I don't know, people different stories.
9 through 12. Yeah, 'cause I heard he was 10. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why. So he lost his parents when he was young. He was distressed. Then when he got older, he started to train. He moved to different countries and was trained by all different types of people. His mind, his lack of pain, how to take pain, how to give pain.
Yeah.
I like that. In the film with Christopher Nolan, he was trained by Ra's al Ghul, as they call him. I always call him as Raz because that's what I was brought up upon. I don't really go by that because I didn't really care for that. I like Batman, but he wasn't the smart type of Batman. He was more like the combat style Batman. I prefer like the smart combat.
What?
style.
He was smart?
He barely did detective work. He did like maybe in the Dark Knight where he tried to match the bullet that something came in. He was using like with the wall. I think when Commissioner Gordon got shot, he was trying to find which bullet did it.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the only like real detective stuff. Alfred did most of the detective stuff.
Because he's the one who commissioned Alfred and Lucius to do this stuff, which means he had to have some kind of intelligence to know exactly what he needed.
Lucius did most of the work.
You know what it was? It's because he was just becoming Batman. Because he wasn't actually Batman yet.
He was, but still, even when he was Batman, he still barely did.
Because technically he was
Bruce Wayne?
He was Batman, but he was becoming the Dark Knight, which I don't know.
Nah, I don't think Christian Bale's Batman was smart enough. Now, this Ben Affleck Batman, on the other hand, since he's more of an aged Batman, he definitely has the smarts. You can see he has the comic style, and this guy's been OD brolic working out because he looks just like the freaking Dark Knight Batman.
Yeah, dude is brolic.
He is brolic. They're not messing around. Zack Snyder was like, yo, you see this Dark Knight photo right here? This is what you need to look like. So let's get it together. Costume designer, you see this suit? This is what it needs to look like. So let's make this sucker.
Batman looks. And
the suit is so freaking amazing. And the head turns, everybody, so he won't have like the helmet mask like they did in Christian Bale's.
And let's be honest about one thing. He would have to be that brolic to take the kind of punishment this guy takes.
Yes.
You gotta be built. Like you're not gonna be some skinny Batman getting your butt whooped and being able to take that and not have to go to the hospital. Like there was this one scene, I have to bring this up. The Dark Knight Returns. The leg brace that he got.
Oh yeah.
All the cartilage, if you never had a leg injury, I've torn everything in my left knee once before. My ACL, my MCL, my meniscus got flipped. Your meniscus is the two, I guess you could call them like paddings of skin in between your shin bone and your knees. And it helps you bend your knees. It's what helps you get the bend in your knee. And it braces for impact when you land. Like it's like a cushion there. That flipped. And I tore a lot of cartilage in my knee. It took me almost a year to recover from it. It took me years to actually be able to run again on it, like to be run full bore and play sports again. So when Batman in that movie is talking about the torn cartilage in his knee, and he put on that brace and he kicked through a brick wall, I was like, if you're going for hyper real, that's just, dude,
no way.
that was not believable.
Where'd that brace come from?
I think you was complaining about pain in your knee, like your knees was born down into the nub because of all the beatings you took, and now you kicking through a wall off of a brace, an electronic brace. Okay. I believe it.
So after all his training, Batman comes back to Gotham City, and he's basically ready to start becoming Batman. He goes out for a trial run, obviously not in his suit. He sees
that all black.
basically like, yo, this city is like crazy. How can I save this city? I don't know what to do. He was about to kill himself. He was like sitting in his chair. He was talking to his father like, Dad, help me. I don't know what to do. And he was like, I could call Alfred, but do I really want to do it? But then a bat flew through the window. So he took that as a sign from like his father. So then that gave him the idea to become Batman, the guy we all know and everybody loves. But I love this guy.
Went down to the bottom wing.
But I love Batman too.
Superman.
I love Batman too. I'm just
You wearing
saying.
the Batman shirt.
I know, because we talking about Suicide Squad, we talking about Batman right now. But I got Superman shirts everywhere.
So
I got a Superman calendar in my house.
back to Batman. Batman's we're not gonna get into his psychosis because not for nothing, but he is a little crazy.
He is crazy as well.
You have to be to do what he does every night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy's a billionaire. I've often had this discussion with my friend about how much of a contribution he could make as Bruce Wayne or as Batman, and who would make the bigger contribution. And my argument is that Bruce Wayne would make a bigger contribution. If we're being for real, because he's a billionaire and he can change a lot more as Bruce Wayne than he can as Batman. But I understand why he goes as Batman, because as Bruce Wayne, he can't go out at night and stop the crimes from happening while they happen. The problem is Batman, you have to deal with crime every single night, and you cannot get to every single crime.
Yeah.
And he's actually responsible for creating more villains in Gotham than he's stopping. So, yeah, quite a dilemma you have there
Kind
with
of
Batman.
contradiction. I mean, the
It
main
is
villain
a
he really created was
contradiction.
like the Joker, and that dude was like,
Now, the Joker's already crazy, though.
and Harley Quinn.
Even Harley Quinn became that way because of the Joker. She fell in love with him when she was working in Arkham.
I mean, I guess, the world needs a Batman. I'm about to become Batman.
The world needs a Dark Knight.
I'm about to do that.
It's a debate that'll probably rage on for a long time. If you guys have any thoughts about it, please comment down below and start a discussion. Let us know what you think about it.
This is it, man. He had his sign, he had the bat come through the window. This is my sign, man.
What, you gonna be Geek Man?
Why? No, that's a stupid name.
Yeah, it'll be like
I'm here to take you down.
you could be like Blink Man.
Guys.
Remember Damon Wayne's character?
I'm Blank Man.
Man.
J5. These guys probably don't even know what Blank Man is, yo. Yo, you guys see Blank Man with David Williams. He was like probably in his 20s when he made this movie.
That movie was a classic.
Oh my goodness.
If you've never seen Blink Man, please go see it.
What should my superhero be, guys? I'm about to do this. I need contacts.
Oh yeah, who do you think Chris should be? Please let us know. No crazy name. You know what? Give us the crazy names too. Who do you think Chris's superhero moniker should be? What it should be?
I got the morality of Superman, and I never give up like Goku.
It's not his choice. It's yours.
Indeed.
Create a moniker for Chris, and we're gonna use that next time on the next episode.
All right, guys. So
Yeah, I think that's it for Suicide Squad. That's pretty much
that's it. That's our episode, man.
Tifa, we miss you so much.
We did. We had
need
like
to
one
come
game
back.
news, and I killed it, and not in a good way. But I hope you guys enjoyed it.
I hope
in a
you guys
good way.
enjoyed this episode. We're a little lost without our third member here.
She's way more organized than we are. Look at me. I don't know.
No, seriously, she is. We're just all over the place. This is like color commentary. I feel like JR in WWE. Oh my God! It's a choke slam from hell! Have mercy. This is a slobber knocker for the ages.
This is when Tifa would be like, okay, time to sign off.
All right, it's time to sign off.
I'm Chris McCall.
Raheem McLaurin.
And this was Geek Talk.
This was Geek Talk. Later days. That was a horrible sign off. That was really. That's where you're gonna go with.
I gotta know.
Let me flip the table. No, I'm not breaking this stuff. I'm not that crazy. Later, guys.
Like and subscribe. Tell your kids, kill your cat, tell your dogs.
Like, subscribe, comment. Don't kill your cat, your dogs. That's not nice.
I didn't say kill them.
That's what I heard.
Tell them.
That's what I heard in my insane mind. I am Batman. Dude, you almost dropped the camera.